Genshin Impact and Fire Emblem Heroes voice actress, who also happens to be the co-host of the YouTube channel Dead Meat, which does the kill counts for various horror films, is not taking the news well that YouTube will not be canceling and demonetizing Gary Beekler, aka Nerdrotic, Jeremy Griggs, aka Geeks and Gamers, and Ryan Kinel. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Roll this up over at thatparkplace.com. And this voice actress, who is the co-host of the YouTube channel Dead Meat, her name is Chelsea Rebecca, and she had a meltdown after YouTube rejected the cancel campaign trying to target the aforementioned YouTubers. So just to give you some context of what was going on here, we saw numerous Disney Star Wars fans attempt to get Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, and Ryan Kinel demonetized, aka cancel them from YouTube. This is one of them, Molly Damon. She posted this to X. I've spoken at length about all this in the past, but the only way things get better is if Team YouTube does something to discourage this kind of content. Until then, it will only get worse. All of these people kind of shared these two images here, calling on YouTube to demonetize Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, and Ryan Kinel Arcade Outposts. This person right here is probably the one who was organizing it, given the fact that they did this massive manifesto a couple of years ago, back in 2021, targeting Nerdrotic, Geeks Gamers, and Ryan Kinel which that did not work as well, and it's not working now. But Rewriting Ripley Pod account on X wrote this: a handful of YouTubers have jeopardized the safety of our community and the creatives we love for too long. The Star Wars fandom demands action. Team YouTube demonetize Nerdrotic, Ryan Kinel, Arcade Outpost, and Geeks and Gamers. Hate should not be a career path. Ironically, it is Rewriting Ripley that is calling for hate, trying to get them demonetized. That is a hateful action, what they are calling for them to do. The irony probably is lost on them. The hypocrisy doesn't really matter because these people aren't motivated by that. They don't have any shame. They just want to see their enemies silenced, shut down, and canceled. And at the end of the day, they want you dead. They want you dead. These people want you dead. In a subsequent post, the account wrote this: if you're angered by the video above, take action. Ask YouTube to demonetize the hate on their platform, with this letter from the Star Wars community. So YouTube eventually responded to the Rewriting Ripley pod after the account pressed them to take action, writing, "Hello, Team YouTube. The Star Wars community would at the very least appreciate a formal response or update in regards to our well-documented and pressing concerns about YouTubers pushing prolonged harassment on your platform." YouTube replied, "Thanks for reaching out. Just heard back and confirmed that this content is not violative and will remain up. We totally understand you may not agree with this decision, but we reviewed this video very carefully against our policies." Chelsea Rebecca, did not take this response well at all. She appeared to respond to it by accusing Beekler, Griggs, and Kinel of being bigots. She wrote this: fully realizing what certain people can get away with on YouTube just on the basis of what films TV they cover is making me go nuclear Joker brain. So she's admitting to having a complete and utter meltdown, saying that she is going nuclear Joker brain. I've never heard of that one before, but it does not sound pleasant at all. Doesn't sound pleasant at all. She added this: it really feels like if you cover media that's intended for children, I assume she's talking about Star Wars there, which I wouldn't say that Star Wars is intended for children. I would say it's for all audiences. Obviously, there are certain shows that are most definitely intended for children, namely their Star Wars Adventure show that is clearly shown on Disney Junior, which is an absolutely disgusting show that pushes all kinds of degeneracies on to children through the show. But she goes on and says, or general audiences, you can get away with being a full-on bigot. It's nuts. So there you go. There is the accusation that she levels at Beekler, Griggs, and Kinel. And so obviously she doesn't specifically say what she's talking about here, leaves it a little ambiguous, but I think we can put the pieces together and see that is exactly what she's talking about, because just 20 minutes after she posted those two posts, she responded to the actual YouTube post, responding to Rewriting Ripley, and did all of these question marks. Maybe that is supposed to show us what did she say? Nuclear Joker brain looks like. So that's clearly what she was talking about. I mean, it's very obvious here. 5:29 p.m. September 6th, 5:50 p.m. September 6th. That is exactly what she was talking about right there. So complete and utter meltdown. But her comments are not surprising. If you just do some keyword searches on her X account, you can find just absolutely insane things that she's posted. Back in 2020, she wrote this: the majority of our viewer base is this exact demographic, male, white, teen. Please, 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 YouTube, let creators choose what ads air on their videos so we stop getting ads for PragerU and other gateways to right-wing radicalization. I don't know if she knows this, but there are literal options in AdSense where you can kind of mark what ads you want taken off, and you can like highly customize that. That's been a thing for a while now. So I think she's literally just virtue signaling right there. Nevertheless, she went on and added this: I love all you kids so much, and I'm outspoken and argumentative on Twitter out of extreme worry. The right is not your friend, and if I make even one of you reconsider that path, then I've done my job as a responsible YouTuber. These people. Oh, it gets worse, though. She appeared to denigrate white people in Kentucky while also espousing a belief in communism back in 2020. She shared a GIF from the movie Bubble Boy and wrote this: me going to Kentucky to canvass for Booker in the general. In response to another user, she wrote this: good thing I am very white and unassuming. I will make all your grandpas into comrades. Obviously insinuating there that she is going to try and convert the people of Kentucky into communism, using the term comrades there. Obviously, it could be a little tongue-in-cheek, but I think based on previous posts, based on other things that she has said, I think it's pretty clear that she doesn't oppose communism, because right here she is in 2020, December 2020, saying, do you think it's right to ignore Black Lives Matter now that your guy is in office? I don't. So I think it's clear that she is indeed a supporter of Black Lives Matter. That is a very, very radical organization, radical movement. Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors admitted that she and her co-founder are trained Marxists. She said this: the first thing I think is that we actually do have an ideological frame. Myself and Alicia in particular are trained organizers. We are trained Marxists. We are super versed on sort of ideological theories. And I think that what we really try to do is build a movement that can be utilized by many, many Black folk. They've since scrubbed their website, but it previously said this, that their goal was to, quote, dismantle cisgender privileged and uplift Black trans folks, especially Black trans women who continue to be disproportionately impacted by trans antagonistic violence. So the organization is also promotes transgender, the evil transgender ideology. Their website also said that they wanted to disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement by supporting each other as extended families and villages that collectively care for one another, especially our children, to the degree that mothers, parents, and children are comfortable. So basically just talking about how they want to destroy the family and that they hate you. And this is exactly who Chelsea Rebecca is supporting. Comments she's made denigrating people in Kentucky, white people in Kentucky. And now she is basically calling Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, and Ryan Kinel bigots, and just having a complete and utter meltdown. What did she say? Nuclear Joker brain is what has happened to her. She is the one who wrote that, admitting that is what is indeed happening to her, that she had nuclear Joker brain. You literally can't make this stuff up. But these people are absolutely seething. And it's not just her. It's not just her. Wrote this article up at the end of this past week here. Jump down to the bottom here. Rewriting Ripley Pod was not happy with YouTube's response to them. They wrote this: this is an admission that you have not reviewed our concerns, proven by saying this video when there are 10 plus videos in question. However, thank you for confirming your inability to take safety seriously. You and your advertisers will be hearing more from us soon. These people literally think that it's 2019 again and that they control the narrative. They control all of the social media platforms. They do not. YouTube might be the only one that they have any kind of modicum of control over anymore. They clearly no longer control X. Elon Musk has endorsed President Donald Trump. He actively seemingly opposes people like Rewriting Ripley and people that espouse that type of ideology. He is abundantly against it. He's made numerous interviews talking about why he is opposed to it, because it's affected him personally. His own son has been subjected to this ideology and has bought into it, and he's against it. And it looks like Facebook has made a bunch of changes as well. Mark Zuckerberg seems to have started fighting and eschewed all of the woke mind virus that had been affecting him. Not as much as Elon, but he's definitely on the path there. It does not appear to be a pawn of the deep state anymore. Even making comments about how he is he made a mistake regarding some of the censorship policies that his social media company took back during the 2020 election. But Rewriting Ripley Pod added this too. Additionally, I would like to point out, Team YouTube, that nobody in Star Wars fandom has requested select videos to be removed, simply that a handful of YouTube channels should be demonetized. The lack of clarity in response to address our real concerns is appalling. Appalling. It's appalling. But we're going to threaten you. We're going to threaten you. We're going to threaten your advertisers. I don't think that these people have any kind of power whatsoever anymore. The Acolyte was canceled. There does seem to be a significant kind of moving away from this, on at least on many irrational actors who do indeed care about the profit incentive. We've seen Robbie Starbuck make massive gains in corporate America, whether that's at Harley Davidson, whether that's at Tractor Supply, whether that's at John Deere. I think one of the most recent companies he got was the Ford Motor Company. I mean, so he is making huge gains. We're seeing massive amounts of video game companies go through a ton of layoffs. We're seeing huge disasters because these companies have embraced woke ideology. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, one of the biggest this year. Also Concord, Dustborn, etc. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. The list goes on and on and on. Kinzera, Tales of Zao, etc. All have massively failed because they have embraced woke ideology, and consultancy companies like Sweet Baby Inc. So it's not 2019 anymore. The cancel culture that existed back then does not have the sway that it did. In fact, it looks like there is massive amounts of pushback against those individuals. And it's been revealed that these people are an extreme minority, which many people had suspected in the first place. But that does indeed look like that is being more widely accepted as the truth, because that's what it was. It was the truth, and people have just been gaslit on it. But what do you guys make of these people just absolutely seething, Joker brain, nuclear Joker brain, complete meltdown over the fact that YouTube told them no? It's a very powerful word, saying no. We need to use it more often. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, but to always speak the truth.